or did we, go in another direction and they went in their direction, and it's like, oh, so if that was you, then no worries, as long as you, um, you know, had your stops, then you protected your account, right? You didn't lose. All right, you didn't lose a lot. So as long as you got your account, that's cool. However, if it was in your favor, because that edge gave you the ability to basically hop in the car in the direction that they were going, and especially if you're doing if you have your plan, excuse me, your compound plan, then you were in and out, got your goal for the day, and exit the market, right? Because that's one of the things that we say, Dr. Rogers says that, if we're in the market too long, then that's how we'll end up losing. You want to be in and out. The market is going to do what it's going to do, but you want to be in and out. Get your pips and go. Right? Live to trade another day. So this is House of Hadassah. We're streaming live on YouTube. I am Coach Hadassah, and I teach trade and psychology here at KPCFX, where we help our Forex students release trapped emotions and self-limiting beliefs in order to restore their mental health to increase their wealth. Our goal is to create 1,000 profitable traders. And so that's what we're doing out here. And everything, and when I say everything, I mean everything revolves around psychology, right? We can't do anything without it. And the reason why is because, our mind is the mind is the psyche. The psyche is the soul. Soul, mind, psyche, it is synonymous, right? So I'm reminded of the scriptures that say, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So that's exactly what we are doing here. We are renewing our minds, and we're transforming it, right? We're transforming the mind. There's the difference between change and transformation. So change happens all the time. The seasons change, right? But no matter with the seasons changing, we still have those same 4 seasons. And we know what happens in those seasons. We have spring season, and it's like it's the beginning of the year. It's where things are budding, and new life is coming. It's new life is springing forth, and so all of those things that happen in springtime is what happens, right? So we change from winter to spring, and then the things happen in spring that is to initiate that new season, the new beginning, new life on earth for the year. Then we change into the summer season after spring, right? And then everything happens in the summer that's supposed to happen in the summer. Then we change to fall season, and we change to winter season. And that has happened as long as the earth has been, right? So changes does happen. We may change our mind for something, like, hey, I'm going to the store, and I'm gonna go to the store at this time. Oh, I changed my mind, I'm gonna go at this time. That happens. But transformation, you do not go back, right? Let's say transformation, and with transformation throughout our lives, okay? So listen to this. We get a new body every 7 to 10 years. You don't get that old body back, right? We can't get the body back that we had as a baby. That's a baby's body, right? And so there's a transformation that takes place from birth to about 21, right? There's a transformation that takes place from birth to age 7 to 10, you know, and we don't go back to that. We don't revert back to that state. And so as our bodies are transforming, you know, we hope that our mind is transforming as well. You know, how many of you have encountered someone who appears to be an adult because they have an adult body, but their mind is like a child, right? Drop a 1 in the chat if you have come across or experienced, you know, people like that. I'm gonna drop a 1 in the chat because I know I have, right? You know, you're looking at this grown, you know, like I said, appears to be an adult. And then once you start having a conversation with them, I'll give it about maybe 15 minutes tops. Then you know that, you know, if you're paying attention, you know, if you're really paying attention, then you're like, wait a minute here, you know. So again, that transformation with our mind. So we want to make sure that our minds are up to date, right? Current, up to date, and especially as we're becoming profitable traders. We're becoming disciplined traders, that our minds are transforming as well, because the goals that we may set for ourselves, you know, we will not accomplish them if our minds aren't transforming, right? We have to become first before we can reach that goal. So this is part 4 of becoming the disciplined trader. So with our basic psychological prep, if you're to gain anything from this course, it is imperative that you get away from everyone. Be alone, quiet, and still, because fundamental principles are revealed after we have withdrawn to some secluded place where we are not disturbed. Having done this, dismiss everything else from your mind, right? And give me your undivided attention. This will enable you to concentrate on the exhibits and explanations more studiously, think deeply, and better understand the concepts throughout this discourse. So you always want to have your, at this point, we're at 2 5-subject notebooks. You have your trading plan, trading journal, trading strategy, trading psychology journal, and your trading notes for the classes that we have here at KPCFX. And we have a host of live classes that, you know, we always want to make sure that we take notes. So we do have our prerequisite reading, also our book club reading, Becoming the Disciplined Trader, right? I believe that we're on these chapters, and we do have book club this Friday, I believe, right, with Damian Hall. So you definitely want to make sure that you're in the building Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern for book club. So to become the disciplined trader, we, you know, throughout this discourse, this is what we're learning, right? We're learning about the psyche, the mind, the soul. We're learning how the mind functions. We're learning how the mind is manipulated, right? And we're learning also how to have dominion in our own mind, right? We want to have dominion in our mind so that we are not manipulated, because there is mass manipulation. And what we have been delving into is that new psychology that sprung up really about the maybe like mid 1950s. Was about mid 1950s. Yeah, maybe about 1945, 1950, you know, somewhere around there. So I know I wasn't here yet, I wasn't born. As a matter of fact, I think my mother was even a young girl at the, during that time, or, things like that. So there was a new thing that was happening then. As it stands now, we were pretty much born into the new psychology that had came to be, after World War II. Okay. And this is what we're learning about now, so that we can see and understand where we are now in time, the country that we live in, the reason why things are happening the way that they're happening, the reason why, with news events, and how and why those fundamentals are being used in that way. And again, how it can give us our edge. There are things that we're learning that the masses they won't know. Our minds are being transformed to where we're becoming observers of what's happening, right? And that helps give us an edge to be a few steps ahead. The market makers, they're already ahead. All right. And that's the goal for us, not being retail traders, right? But institutional traders.
By the early 50s, the idea...
Hold on. Because that was not supposed to be. I must have pushed a button or something somewhere. But being institutional traders, where we're trading with the institutions, not against them, because we don't have the money that they have, right? We talk about that often, and if you all attended study hall last night, man, I know when I came into it, that's basically what was being talked about. Aska did a very good job with laying that out. And so if you weren't able to attend study hall, you definitely want to go in the back office and watch the replay, because there was some great information. There was some great sauce laid out. And then, of course, afterward, Dr. Rogers came in and blew it up with what it is that he does. So those are two classes that you definitely want to go back into the back office and review again. All right. So we're about to go ahead and get into this. And when I tell you, with this clip of this series that we have been going on with these videos, with becoming the disciplined trader and watching the becoming of the psychology, or that, well, now it's old psychology, but at that time it was the new psychology that was being brought forth, and how it is used in America. All right. You want to make sure that you are paying attention and taking copious notes, because we're going to discuss some of these things afterwards. And I have to say this, I want you to pay particular attention to the very, very end. There is going to be a song, like a little, what do they call it? It's not a song. It's a jingle. There's going to be a jingle at the end that I really, really want you to pay attention to. All right. It's going to blow your mind when you really, truly understand, again, how all of this is playing out. Right. So, let's go ahead and hop into it. And this is where we end on YouTube Live. If you want to check out our platform and see what we're doing here at KPCFX, go ahead and click in the description box, that link that you see there, and follow the steps, right? Because again, we're developing 1,000 profitable traders here at KPCFX, and we really would like for you to be one of the 1,000 profitable traders that we will create throughout in our platform. So you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And we will see you on the other side of success.